This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
Attack and dominate. The Monday. Tito. Bobby. Bob, there was an actor, African-American gentleman, who had a scar on his face, who was in The Wire, and I can't remember, he passed away within the last year for sure.
Yeah?
I don't remember the guy's name. I got to look it up, but he looks like Bodie. Not the African-American part, but the scar part. He's got a scar. Bodie's got a scar on his head. He's got a cut. I came in today with my blistered fingers thinking that would be the worst injury. But we got Bodie with a big scar on his face.
I mean, I have 2 blisters on my heels, like if we're really going to start.
No, we're not going to do feet. No, Bob, mine is on the show. I can show it. Peace. I can show it on the camera. But I want a great story from Bodie about the scar on his forehead. I want to hear a great story. I don't know if we'll get it.
Yeah, not anything really exciting at all. Our family's beloved 2-year-old golden retriever who loves to steal socks. Say that 3 times fast. Stole one of my socks. I went to take it back. He's a pretty big fan of using his paws whenever needed, jumping on somebody's, hitting somebody or whatever. And he's got a mean left hook, man. And he took a swing at me as I took it, and my forehead got the worst of it.
Michael K. Williams. Google him like you Google Kurt Zignetti. He's the guy I'm thinking of that had a big scar on his face.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see it.
You see it now?
Yeah. I can see it clearly now.
The rain's gone. Yes, that's the guy I was thinking of when I saw Bodie today with a scar on his face. Okay. Big show today, by the way. I guess we should do all this stuff. Let's do the other things. Morning Juice sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin. 2 full hours here on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, the Fan app, HD3. Download the show anytime and catch us from 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus. So I've got these blisters on my fingers. So, Bob, this weekend at a hotel.
Oh.
No, don't. On Saturday night. Get up Sunday. We go down. They have like that breakfast, not a buffet thing, kind of a buffet thing, but like, scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, whatever.
Yeah.
A waffle maker.
Called the complimentary breakfast.
There we go. Felt like it was international. But nonetheless.
Continental.
International, continental, whatever. Anyway, my son says, I want a waffle. Okay. We get like the batter in the little plastic cup.
Yep. You pour it in.
Dump it in.
Flip it, turn it.
Flip it. Yep, that's what we do. And it's done. And my son, I say, hey, Artie, you want to take it out? You can. He goes over with like the utensil they have. Goes to get the waffle. And didn't do it the right way. And so, like, the waffle maker thing gets off track.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I got to fix this in the moment. I go to grab what I think is not a hot part of the waffle maker.
Was it metal?
Yes. But
And
I go
it's
to
hot.
the part. No, there's like a little thing at the end, like a.
Yeah, the handle that turns it.
Well, the other part, like it was up, it was north of the handle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it metal?
Yeah, Bob.
Was it connected to the rest of the hot part?
Yeah, but this part.
Metal conducts heat.
Okay, I grabbed the wrong part of the.
Well, if it's metal and there's not cloth on it,
And that's
it's
why I got
hot.
this.
Yeah, because it's metal.
So I grabbed
And
the
it
wrong
conducts
part.
heat.
Okay.
I'm just telling you the
I know.
science
In
of
the
it.
moment, though, Bob, I'm like, I want to fix it.
You resort to your lowest level of training. That's what happens. Or your
You
lowest
saw
level.
right there, Bodie's eyebrows went up when you said lowest level.
Yeah,
It felt,
because that's what happens in the
Okay.
moment. In the moment, you're like, why? You tell your coach, why did you do that?
I grabbed the wrong part.
Because you weren't prepared.
I was prepared. I wasn't smart.
Put your
Exactly.
gear on, Tito.
Thank you. It's a long way from the heart. So now I've got these blisters on my fingers. And it looks like eyeballs,
Yep.
but they hurt.
You know what's funny is my wife has grabbed our cast iron pan a couple of times
Okay.
I said once. I mean, that's on.
This is
It's on
second time for
you.
me
The
too,
second,
yes,
I'm
I
not
know, I
even
know.
sure who to
Okay,
blame.
this is second time on me with doing something with a waffle thing in a hotel.
Yeah, I get it.
So I'm as smart as Courtney.
Well, listen, but she's like, we're in the moment, like we're cooking, grabbing whatever, moving things from burner to oven, back and forth. Usually we have like a rubber like sleeve that covers the handle. We did not because she's putting it then in the oven. But I always tell her, is it metal? Yes. Is it connected to other hot things? Yes. Well, then I would say it's a safe assumption that it's hot.
Over under Bodie we had the other day on the toboggan thing.
What was that?
The toboggan. We were going to go to the toboggan.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We had over under.
Okay.
And I think Bobby said it at 1.5.
What was the over under number of times
I would do it.
Okay.
Go up the. By the way, it wasn't that you oversold Bob how many steps it was.
It's about 5 stories.
Okay, you said 6 stories. It didn't feel like 6 stories.
Did you count the steps?
I didn't count. No, I don't count the steps.
Well, then, I mean, how would you have any idea?
I was thinking.
It just didn't feel like it.
I know, like I look at it, Bob, on this over and toboggan thing. I'm looking at it. I'm like,
It's about probably 50 feet-ish in the air. I mean, I said it's
that's
about
fine.
5 or 6 stories.
When I think 6 stories, I'm thinking bigger than that. I'm not doing math. I'm just
Bigger
saying.
than you expected?
Yes. Anyway, the over under. I think Bobby said, or one of you two said 1.5 times I would go down the hill.
Uh-huh.
And I think you both took under 1.5.
Yeah.
All right. The number was 1. Now,
So the under hit.
not my fault. My kid went Odin. It's not me.
That is your fault.
No. My kid, after one time down, said, let's go home.
And you know what? My response
Put your
would have
gear
been,
on.
we drove 2 hours to get here. We're going to keep doing it.
Bob, it was bigger than 2 hours. It was a bigger deal.
That's my point. So why would you even then have,
What are we going to do?
say, get your butt up that hill and we're going to go down there again?
Did you carry Caleb up?
Yeah. First couple times.
Okay.
And then he said it was okay.
No, but it
all
was,
right.
I thought it was like a ramp. It was steps.
No, I told you it was when did I ever say anything about it being a
You didn't
ramp?
say about steps or ramp. We never discussed steps or ramp. I'm saying I assumed it was ramp.
Why would you think there's a 6-story ramp?
Because you carry your kid. I thought it was a ramp.
That would be
Why-
harder, not easier.
Why would you think that
I would
it's
think
a ramp?
steps are easier than a ramp.
Why would you?
Yeah.
You would think steps are easier than a ramp?
Yes.
So why would they
Where do you
make it
think
a
they would
ramp?
get the ramp at? Like, do you realize the distance you would need to have a ramp at a serviceable slope to walk up it?
Well, yeah, if you're going like
the X Games?
up a little bit, over, up, over, up, over,
Like
up,
switchbacks?
over. Okay.
Like, where are we
that's
at?
where
Going
this-
to Machu Picchu here? Like, that's what they have on that. We're talking about walking up a hill.
I may have been wrong, Bob. I'm saying I thought it was steps over a ramp.
It was steps.
I can't look at Bodie without the scar. It's really starting to bother
It's
me.
not that significant, and it's not a scar. It's a scratch.
It'll be gone. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, right now, though, it's a scar.
No, it's. Do you have any idea what a scar is?
Yeah,
scar
scar
is
is permanent.
That is a scratch, an abrasion. If you went into a hospital, they would say that is a fresh.
I'm telling. Okay,
I almost
that's
went to the
fine.
hospital.
A week from now, it might be gone.
Then it's not a scar.
No, but I'm
You
telling
understand
you
the
right
scars
now.
are permanent.
I understand, but right now, as we're sitting here, I look at it. It's a scar.
I can't even argue with you on this. It is a scratch or an abrasion. It has happened immediately. It's not something that's there permanently. You realize the scars are permanent.
Yes,
So then you said in a week it might be gone. Then
it
it's
might
not.
be.
You
But I'm
just
saying
literally
right now,
defeated
it's
your
a
argument.
scar. Right now, it's a scar.
It's not.
Bob.
There is no
right now,
right.
it's a scar.
There is no right now. It's a scar. A scar is always a scar. Not right now. Always and forever. It's like right now I'm white.
Wait, we're not doing this
Like,
today,
as
Bob.
if there's
No.
going to be some sort of
No,
metamorphosis
I'm not
with the
going to.
pigment of my skin that's going to allow me to transition
Never know.
to some different hue.
It could be there, Bob.
Then it would be a scar.
That's what today. It's a scar.
I just told you a scar is permanent.
It's permanent today.
That's not. Those two
I
things
don't think that's what permanent means.
That's not what
I'm
permanent
just saying,
means.
if I don't see it tomorrow, I'll say it's not a scar.
I'll
I'll be tomorrow.
I'll
Put
toss
some
it.
makeup on.
You take a dry erase marker and a permanent marker, and you write on a dry erase board, and you tell me which is which. All right, that's permanent.
On that day, it's permanent.
If it's a permanent marker, it's permanent for eternity. If it's a dry erase, you can just take your hand and wipe it off.
Wipe it off, Bode. Right now in the air. Wipe it off. Can't do it, can you? You know why? It's permanent. Rams over the Panthers 34-31 this weekend. Bears beat the Packers 31-27.
Yes. Terrible.
No Bears.
That's fine.
I know Beam's happy. I know Beam's happy.
He was. I texted him Saturday.
Did you really?
Yeah.
He probably wasn't feeling good at halftime, though.
Well, there's like a half team.
Okay, I text you with Notre Dame stuff.
You have before, yeah.
Yeah. I don't text Beam. I got Bears. I think
He's the only person that I know. And I wouldn't have texted him if it was just some regular game, but that was incredible.
Bills beat the Jags 27-24. Niners over the Eagles 23-19.
Yes.
Patriots beat the Chargers 16-3 tonight. We got, because you people, now I've got to drive to Pittsburgh today, and then tomorrow morning.
How are you going to do it with all your injuries?
Look, I'm telling you right now, the
What if he
finger thing
drives?
is real. No, I've got.
Can
Listen,
he hurt it any worse?
I'm going there and back. So
A hobbit's tail.
you guys have. Well,
All right. We got to get to Today in History. We got
No,
Bill
we don't.
Bender coming up here shortly, Tito.
Okay, this would
Fire it off.
Fine, I'll do it. Let me find-
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Take it away, General. Make me smarter.
It is January 12th, a Monday, 12th day of the year. 353 days remaining in this 2025.
Tommy Brady.
Okay.
There you go. This date 1940, Aaron Rodgers. This date 1942, Franklin Delano Roosevelt creates the National Labor Relations Board. 1966, LBJ states that the U.S. should stay in South Vietnam until communism aggression ends.
Didn't.
Still be there.
Poor decision right there. I gotta believe.
It's a big statement to make.
That's fine, yeah.
And this
that might be permanent.
Yeah, this day 1966, Adam West, Burt Ward, premiere on ABC.
Yes.
Same bat time, same bat channel for Batman. Oh, it's so
I'll do
great.
it.
You can probably do a
Pow.
bobblehead to this.
Biff.
This is like
Bam.
talking to Schlegs. Pow!
Biff.
Boom.
Bam. Yeah.
Oh, so
Next
good.
week, a Batman special. The first installment of an action-packed three-parter in which the Joker and the
Two-banger.
Penguin team up against the Caped Crusaders. Don't miss the start of the hostilities, Bat fans. Next week, same bat time, same bat channel.
Every day, 4 o'clock. That was 4 o'clock.
I mean, how
Gilligan's Island,
amazing.
4:30.
When you
That
watch
was
it.
pretty great, yeah.
So good.
They've come a long way for Christopher Nolan to put his trilogy together,
Yes.
But
but
when
still just as good.
and he's laying there in that hole there at the end with a broken back.
Yeah.
It's
What are
this
they
date,
chanting?
exactly.
Rise.
This date 1967, the Beatles record Penny Lane.
Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes.
Yeah.
1968, Hollywood Squares premieres on NBC.
This is Hollywood Squares.
I think so, right?
The intro, I think.
Theme music, yeah. This was kind of the only thing I could find.
It's the old school intro. Used to be a big deal, Thitoff.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, if you want to have fun today, look at Hollywood Squares Paul Lynde. Lynde.
Okay.
Google it. The best line ever was when he was asked, when a man falls off a ship, they yell, man overboard. When a woman falls off a ship, what do they yell? And Paul Lynde said, full steam ahead. It's a great line. Go check it out. I'm telling you, Paul Lynde was
There we
fantastic.
go. This day 1969, the greatest guarantee ever to come to fruition. Super Bowl III, the Jets 16, the Colts 7, Joe Namath, Super Bowl win.
In the final quarter, Namath put the game in the hands of number 41, fullback Matt Snell. Snell ate the clock, moved the chains, and propelled the Jets into history.
The game is over. The New York Jets are the world champions. They have upset the Baltimore Colts and beat them handily here today.
The quarterback who nearly lost his team by being undisciplined had now won a championship of becoming the consummate team captain. Namath did not call a pass in the fourth quarter. Yet, he was the game's most valuable player.
That's the only reason the Hall of Fame.
That's
His
fine.
stats were awful.
It's okay.
Okay,
Then put who in? Where are we going with this?
put Fernando Valenzuela in the Hall of Fame in baseball because he was fantastic for 1 year.
Okay. Tell the baseball writers that, not me.
I know, I'm saying, like, but
There's a bunch of old
They're
white
a
guys
fickle
over there.
group.
Yeah.
white. Yes.
I mean, they don't have the greatest baseball hitter of all time in there, so
I know.
that's their prerogative. This date, 1974, Steve Miller Band and the Joker hits number 1. 1975, 1 year later, Super Bowl IX, the Steelers 16, the Vikings 6 in New Orleans, with Franco Harris being the MVP.
Franco Harris, first and through, at the 20, 15, gets a block.
The bread and butter man all year. Franco Harris off tackle.
My wildest dream during the season was scoring a touchdown in the Super Bowl. For the thing from my mind, and here it is.
Franco Harris, and he's broken Larry Sawka's Super Bowl record. A new Super Bowl rushing record for Franco Harris.
It was a long journey. A long journey.
Franco Harris has been named the most valuable player in this Super Bowl game.
I think now third all time for rushing yards in the game there
Behind
for Harris.
Emmett and
I don't know.
Peyton?
No, it was.
so rushing.
I think
Super Bowl or
single game.
Oh, single game. Yeah.
Rushing
Timmy
yards.
Timmy Smith is up there.
For Washington.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I knew one of them was a Washington
Timmy Smith's up
Redskins
there.
there, but I can't remember the other ones. But Harris was still like third or fourth on the list there.
There we go. This date, 1995.
Yes.
One of the
Oh,
great
here we go.
trials. You have no idea what I'm saying.
That makes it, yes, it's got to be Notre Dame related or Dallas related. One of the
Oh.
other.
Even better.
Even better. It's Al Michaels related.
Oh.
Al Michaels' tennis partner, O.J. Simpson, begins his murder trial in L.A.
Hey, Twitter world, this is yours truly. Coming soon to
love
Twitter.
this.
You'll get to read all my thoughts and opinions on just about everything.
That's what you
Now,
want.
there's a lot of fake OJ accounts out there, so this one,
You're right.
at
There's
the real OJ32, is the only official one.
slash
So
killer.
it should be a lot of fun. I got a little getting even to do. So God bless. Take care.
Getting even to do. Got a little getting even to
what's that
do.
mean?
OJ
OJ.
dead, Franco dead.
The last time that happened, you got even. That didn't sound very
Twice.
good. Twice, exactly.
I feel like he kind of got ahead, actually.
We never found the killer. Haven't
He could still be out there.
He was looking.
Could be. That's right.
As
he was.
O.J. said on his deathbed, that was his last, his
Hello,
dying
to the
regret,
family. Yeah, I
was
know.
not being able to find the killer.
Tough.
It's hard.
Maybe it was the greatest rusher to judgment. That's what
Exactly.
Norm McDonald said.
That's exactly. Some birthdays today. Born in this date, 1876. The famed novelist wrote some classics like The Call of the Wild and White Fang. You know who wrote that?
James Wilder? I don't know. Robert Stevenson? Shakespeare?
Shakespeare.
I don't know.
Jack London.
Okay,
Jack
JL.
London, one of the great
I got you.
American novelists. Not like Paul out of the.
Not Jake Paul. Jake
no,
London.
no.
Jake Paul.
Paul out of the Piano Man. He was a real estate novelist.
Sing us a song.
You might want to have a drink with him, Thitoff.
I would. It's,
Born on this date, 1923. Ira Hayes, though he is the man who is immortalized raising the flag in the Iwo Jima statue. Born on this date, 1944. He was in the Fight of the Century. He was the heavyweight champ from in 70 and 71, Mr. Joe Frazier.
Here comes the decision. Johnny Addy.
Referee Arthur McCarthy scores it 8-6, 1 even for Frazier.
One vote for Joe Frazier.
RBI dollar 9-6 for Frazier.
Frazier is the winner. Frazier is the winner.
Bill wrecked 11 rounds for Frazier, 4 Larry, 11 and 4. The winner by unanimous decision and still heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Frazier.
Joe Frazier. For the first time in his career, Muhammad Ali was beaten.
Bob, if you go back and watch those Ali Frazier fights, they damn near killed themselves. Like, they killed
yeah.
each other. It was
I mean, it was like watching the like Rocky and Drago fighting.
I can't look at Bodie today.
Okay.
No, I'm saying the scar
Born
thing.
on this date. Please stop. This date, 1951. Kirstie Alley was born.
Kirstie, right?
Kirstie
yeah.
Alley. Yeah, sorry.
What are you looking at, pretty lady?
I'm looking at you.
Well, I'm looking back at you.
I think I'm beginning to see you in a whole new light.
Well, why don't you tell me what you see?
You have a really weird face. Your eyebrows are growing together like a big, old, ugly caterpillar. Oh, look. They're cutting the cake.
Oh, look. They're cutting the
I had
cake.
unibrow in high school.
Oh, there you go. What happened to it?
Well, I mean, like, I parents got divorced. So I live with men.
Where it started.
That's fine. Yeah, that's where it started. I live with men.
So where did your unibrow go?
Well, now, after I got indoctrinated and talked to women, I realized unibrow is not a good idea. And so I shave it.
Good call, I'd say.
Thank you. I get rid of it, but I'm saying, like, back then when I was younger, I had a unibrow.
Okay. So you still have a unibrow, you just manage it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
you
like it's kind of a permanent thing.
Wait. You would, if you didn't, you wouldn't have a unibrow.
You could get me. I wouldn't have a unibrow.
Yeah.
No.
Your eyebrows don't grow together.
No.
Bodie?
No.
All right, move on.
Got a big forehead, Tito.
Look
at all that space.
You've got a scar too. But I'm saying, like, if I let it go.
Or on the same day, 1951, the former political radio talk show host Rush Limbaugh, and then turning 75 today, Ring of Honor nominee, Hall of Famer, Cowboys wide receiver, Mr. Drew Pearson.
To announce the Dallas Cowboys selection, please welcome the University of Tulsa wide receiver Drew Pearson.
All right. How about them Cowboys? I want to thank the Eagle fans for allowing me to have a career in the NFL. Thank you. I am honored as an undrafted free agent to be selected to make the Cowboys' second-round draft pick. And on behalf of the five-time world champion Dallas Cowboys, Hall of Fame owner Jerry Jones, Gene Jones and the Jones family, Coach Jason Garrett, all the Cowboy players that played before me, that played with me, and played after me. With the 60th pick in the second round, the Dallas Cowboys select defensive back from Colorado, Chidobe Awuzie.
I like Chidobe Awuzie, but it would have been a pretty more fun story if that was, a Hall of Fame player or something that Dallas selected with that pick. It was also more fun when he was talking about 5 championships versus 0. That was the 2017 NFL draft in Philly. And, Philadelphia's won 2 sets, so it's lost its luster a little bit. But.
Pearson screwed me up.
Why?
Because of Preston.
Okay.
Well, I'm saying there's Drew Pearson, Preston Pearson. I wasn't sure which one it was.
There's multiple people with the same last names in this world.
Pearson's not a common name. Do you know
I
any
wouldn't
other
say that. I
Pearsons?
wouldn't say that it's uncommon.
Okay. I know Drew. I know Preston. Do you know any other Pearsons in your lives? Either one of you ever heard of another Pearson?
Yeah.
Who?
Played with guys. It does what does that mean? Like,
No, I'm saying, like, ask me. Pearson, Preston, Drew.
okay,
Is there
so
another
because
Pearson
you know
known?
2 Pearsons, there was a kid I went to school with whose last name was Pearson.
Okay, I
and
never
believe me,
did.
he
Did
wasn't
you?
related to
I got Bodie, you?
Drew.
Any other Pearson?
I don't know.
Thank you. That's what I mean.
I mean,
I know I've never met another Pearson or heard of Pearson for somebody else.
this is the problem I have with you, Thitoff.
One of the
is
many.
your innate bias just because you've never heard of something or you've never experienced it.
Okay.
You believe that it's not real.
Yeah, it's my life. Name
now-
another Pearson, Bob.
it's now or never.
What's one of the Pearson you know or
I
have
said
met?
I went to school with the kid whose
What was the
last
kid's
name.
name?
What does it matter to you? You don't know him. You've never met him.
You don't know him either.
Next birthday.
I didn't
What's
say
his
it.
name?
His first name was Chris.
Okay, Chris Pearson. Got it.
So
Okay.
so that now what? Now that's you found.
Now I've got 3.
So you've logged that in
I've
your
got
bank?
3 now.
I could probably go through and like figure out people that I've met. Hell, I may have someone in my phone whose last name is Pearson.
Break.
I mean,
Take a look
it's
at the
just-
break.
No,
I've got
we're
3
moving
now.
on.
I got
We're
3.
moving on, dude. We're moving on. I don't know where you're going today. This is you're out of your mind.
Love you too.
This day, Howard Stern turning 72.
I'll be honest. I'll be transparent about the negotiations. They said to me, what do you want to do? I said, well, here's my ideal job. I want to work 0 days a week for a minimum of $500 million a day. So you can print that.
There you go. You can print that. Dominique Wilkins turning 66.
Nothing from Nick, yeah. All of his dunks, while incredible, the YouTube highlights of them, you basically couldn't hear the announcers because the crowd just drowned him
screaming
out.
so bad.
He was one of the guys who dunked hard.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he was definitely impressive.
Yep.
And then born on this date, the 1964, turning 62, Mr. Jeff Bezos. Passings today, one of the great college football commentators of all time, passing away in 2018, Mr. Whoa Nelly himself, Keith Jackson.
Well, the ball is actually a little short of the 1-yard line now. It is 4th down, the final play, unless they can stick it in the end zone. Andre Johnson, Roscoe Parrish, and Kellen Winslow, and Dorsey under pressure, throws it, incomplete. The Buckeyes win. C. Grant was the man who pressured Dorsey, and now the party begins for the Ohio State Buckeyes. They are 14-0. And they are the national champions of college football.
Bob, is there an announcer?
We've got to get to Bill Bender.
We will.
All right, listen. Okay, some holidays observances. It's National Hot Tea Day. It is Kettlebell Day. It is Pharmacist Day as well, and Work Harder Day. And those historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays observances for this date, Monday, January 12th, the 12th day of the year, and 353 days remaining in this 2026.
Bill Bender next. Morning Juice.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You don't want to start the new year off hurting. You don't want to start off the new year getting surgery. You don't want to start off the new year dealing with trying to plan something out into the future. What you want to do is get healthy. So what you want to do is go to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his team, the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, they can deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees, hips, back, shoulders, whatever it is, they can help you get ready. So instead of those invasive operations, it's going to sideline you all of the early year. Go check out our friends at QC Kinetics and see if they can help you today. Imagine moving better, being stronger, planning your year, doing what actually you want to do. So don't wait. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices located in Dublin and Gahanna, and they're ready there for your free consultation. So go check them out today.
What does it mean to give 100%? It means giving everything you've got, every single day. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. So no matter what you give, we give 100% for life-saving research victories, 100% to making new discoveries that lead to innovative treatments, 100% to groundbreaking cancer research that could one day save someone you love. We know cancer research is working. Over the last 30 years, an estimated 4.5 million lives have been saved thanks to game-changing research breakthroughs. But there is more work to do. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. We will always give 100% to accelerate victory over cancer.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate today at v.org.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community that said it couldn't be done.
And then you.
And then I. And then we brought neuromuscular disease into screaming color with the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
For 75 years, our voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
We've willed the impossible into existence. We pushed the science,
raised the funds,
shifted the narrative,
and transformed the reality of life with neuromuscular diseases.
For 75 years, we've built communities together.
established the field of neuromuscular medicine,
and made it thrive.
Call that a legacy.
Call it impact.
Call it momentum.
Just call it ours.
Because it's the generations of community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
It might be the last Morning Juice.
There's a good chance that's the
I know. I'm saying, Bob.
So I feel like I'm arguing with my kids here.
No, Bob. Right now, he's got a scar on his face.
That's not how it works. You can't say right now like that. I can't. It's like arguing with my kids. You know how like in the movie
I'm
good
taller.
in the movie as good as it gets.
Who's in
there's
that movie?
Jack Nicholson.
Is that the Helen Hunt also?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's a writer. He's a famed novelist and
Okay.
writes like women's novels, I think.
All right.
I'm not exactly certain. But a woman comes up to him and it's like, I love your work. How do you write women so well? He goes, I think of a man and I remove reason and logic. And I go, that's like, how do you
So I'm a man.
work with Thitoff?
I'm a man.
No, you have no reason or logic.
No, wait. Jack Nicholson says.
Yes, Jack Nicholson.
Right. Says, I think like a man.
No, he
With
said,
no
how do
reason,
you
no logic.
write a man?
Okay.
How do you write a woman? I think
Okay.
of a man and remove women. I remove logic and reason. We have Bill Bender here, so we're going to table this. But that is you. You're a person that is lacking logic and reason.
I'm a man. I'm 40. Bill Bender joins us.
He's
Bill,
a man. He's 40.
He is 40. Bill, good morning. Is Indiana Miami good for college football, bad for college football, or for college football?
Does Pepe Pearson count on the Pearson?
Yes, that's a great one right there. That's a good
Thank
one.
you.
There
Thank
we go.
you.
There
Thank
we
you,
go.
Bill.
Bob didn't bring him up, but yes, thank
Okay,
you. You're
there
right
we
on
go.
that one. Yes.
I remember him playing at Ohio State.
He did a little bit,
running
yes.
back.
Yep.
Yeah. So Miami, Indiana, I would say good. I would say good for college football because on one hand you have the Indiana story and obviously a team with the chance to do a first-time national champion, and then Miami as the number 10 seed back in the national spotlight, a 5-time national championship program. I'm going to have a piece at Sporting News later this week. A lot's going to be made about how these rosters were made. And for example, I'll give you a tease. Indiana's offense, their starting offense averages 2.5 star rating, 4.4 years playing college football. And I broke down both rosters in that manner. By the way, Miami uses the transfer portal a lot too, and has a lot of guys with a ton of college football experience as well. So it's kind of a experience portal plus portal, and that's how these two teams have got there.
Surprised at how Indiana has gotten there. Not the fact that they've won, but the fact and the manner of which they won, Bill, in just the dominant, overwhelming fashion.
Yeah, it wasn't even close Friday night. Oregon didn't help with the early turnover to D'Angelo Pons or the way that Indiana was able to dominate that game. And Fernando Mendoza has been borderline flawless. I mean, they've taken the win against Ohio State and taken it to the next level. And the way you could look at it, depending on how Monday goes, is maybe when they played at the Big Ten Championship, maybe those were the two best teams in the country. Now, Miami did beat Ohio State, and that's how that works. But, yeah, this is a really impressive team. You're starting to hear comparisons to 2019 LSU, which is, considered in the college football playoff era probably the best team of all of them.
So when you look at this now for the game on the 19th, I've seen comparisons Indiana to LSU, like with Joe Burrow. Do you think that Indiana is that much better than Miami?
I think there's a reason why they're favored by, if it's still 7.5, it opened at 7.5 and may move up. And that's a big number for a title game.
Yeah.
Normally a title game should be under a touchdown. So if Miami plays like they did against Ole Miss with the penalties and the mistakes and giving up the downfield passing plays, Indiana will rout them on Monday night. Now, how much does playing in your backyard matter? I mean, what's the stadium going to look like? It sounds like tickets are ridiculous.
Yeah, I saw the numbers.
Thousands.
Yeah, crazy.
So I think there's going to be more Indiana fans than you would think, even with the game in Miami. So that should contribute to what could be an electric atmosphere in Miami.
The ticket prices are out of control, and people talk about Miami playing in their home stadium. Bill, I'm of the belief that this is still going to be a 60+% Indiana crowd. If you looked at the Rose Bowl, they said it was 90%, and that might not even been doing it justice. You look even back at the Peach Bowl, and it was overwhelmingly an Indiana crowd. I mean, this is in Miami. It's down there at Hard Rock. I anticipate this to be a big-time Indiana crowd. Do you the same?
I do, because of the way that their alumni, their fan base, I mean, that was almost not fair in Atlanta. And I'm saying that in a good way from the Indiana standpoint, to have that many people in the crowd. And, they're throwing around the phrase once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Well, Indiana's going to be around, I think, as long as Curt Cignetti's there. I mean, look at the transfer portal additions they've made already. Josh Hoover, Nick Marsh. I will see. Everybody is waiting for this balloon to pop, but I mean, they're kind of like, there are certain teams when you see them. I'll give you an example. Ohio State in 14, after they beat Alabama, you knew they were going to win the next game. Michigan in 21, after they beat Alabama, you knew they were going to win the next game. And that's kind of how I feel here, even though they're going into Miami's backyard. Like I said, if Miami makes those mistakes and the defense can't force a few turnovers, it's going to be a rough night for them.
Bill Bender from 20 joins us here right now. Bill, I want to ask you, 3 years from now, who is more likely to be at their current job, Curt Cignetti or Ryan Day?
Oh, you're going to make me answer this early in the morning. I would say Ryan Day, unless the NFL urge hits. I mean, I don't think either one of them will be anywhere in 3 years.
In 3 years, they won't be there.
I think, no, I mean, they'll both be there. They're not going anywhere. Right. Yeah, like they'll both be at their current job in 3 years. Curt Cignetti will have, basically, he will be at Indiana as long as he wants at this point. There's no point where they're going to fire him after taking them to the national championship game. Ryan Day, the only way is if somehow the urge to go to the NFL happened. I mean, they're not going to run him out of there. I mean, these are two of the most – when I do coach rankings next summer, these guys are both top three. It's Kirby, Ryan Day, Curt Cignetti, figure out the order, and those will be the top three guys on the list. That will be the easy part.
So I can't remember where I saw this morning, Bill, but right now they have the AFCA coaches convention going on. All the coaches come in, you get some ADs, and reportedly right now they're trying to figure out this playoff situation moving forward, and they have till the 23rd to get it done, to make it if they want to make changes for next year. The Big Ten is reportedly saying, hey, we'll go to 16. If we go to 24 following that, Sankey is not necessarily on board with that. I don't know where everybody else kind of falls in on their desire for either one of those. The 24 teams, Bill, seems excessive. If you do that, they're talking about reworking the calendar and everything else. I mean, that would obviously require a reworking of the calendar. And I can't imagine how you would have conference championship games as well under that model. Where do you kind of see this going here?
Well, I hope we don't go to 24. That's an absurd number.
16's the number, right?
16's the number, and let's stay there. You look at some of the teams that would get in the playoff this year, obviously Notre Dame and a few others, and that you play 4 rounds, we start this thing sooner, we get the first 2 rounds on campus. Those are the things that they need to be talking about, and hopefully we'll be talking about. And I have a feeling if there's a standoff, we're not going to go to 16 this year, and we'll stay at 12. And there's nothing wrong with 12. I mean, I thought this playoff in general has been exciting. The one thing I wish they would tweak, and this is going to take some logistical work, is the 25-day layoff for the team's bye weeks. It's not good. It's kind of like trying to justify the 7 seed in the NFL playoffs since they moved to that. I saw a stat that the number 7 seed, including the Green Bay Packers, which we don't want to talk about for too long, they're 1-11. You know, so let's not put more teams in there if all they're going to do is lose.
I was going to get the Packers. I'm not going to do it though. Out of respect for you.
You can. Well, you know, there's going to be a lot of talk about Matt LaFleur. Should he stay or should he go? If they do let go of Matt LaFleur, I think they got to go after John Harbaugh. You know, and if that's his next job, I think that would be the best job for John Harbaugh. But if you look at their numbers, John Harbaugh and Matt LaFleur, in terms of record the last 7 years and blown leads and those kind of things, they're about the same. So you're going to have to accept that. And also, I mean, Ben Johnson, I got to get it off my chest, man. That locker room stuff and then putting that on the internet is ridiculous. You know, the blow-by handshake is ridiculous. The Bears had a huge win. Caleb Williams was great. And all we're talking about is Ben Johnson and his lack of sportsmanship would be the nice way I would put it.
Look, I'm with you. Harbaugh would be a great fit for the Packers, but I'm not sure it's necessary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of frustration with Matt LaFleur and the game management, the clock management, the losing a. I mean, you look at some of the stats of the losing a 21-3 lead, giving up 25 in the fourth quarter. I do like Jeff Hafley a great deal.
Yeah,
I think he's going to get a head coaching job. I think he was solid at Ohio State. With Micah Parsons, that was a completely different defense. That's the grace. But it doesn't mean that, you know, my son Grant and I weren't staring at each other Sunday morning and just like still in disbelief of what happened Saturday night. But that's part of growing up, I suppose.
Yeah, when I look at the Packers situation, the Hafley thing is interesting to me because I think that Hafley is I think he's a viable candidate. I don't know where. Maybe it's Packers, but I don't know, like, you know, just based on his experience.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he ends up at Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, those openings are all going to fill up. Tonight's game should be good.
Yep.
And that's something, you know, spinning it back to college football a little bit. This wild card weekend's been great.
Yeah.
You know, last night's game was a little bit of a dud, but in general, I mean, between Rams, Panthers, and Bills, Jaguars, and the end of the 49ers, Eagles game, the NFL has this. We don't concentrate on the seeding or the division winners as much because the product's so darn good. And, you know, I think we will get a good game tonight with Houston and Pittsburgh.
Hope so. Thanks so much for that. But we'll talk to you next week. Bill Bender, Sporting News. Thanks, buddy. We'll talk to you next week.
Hey, I'll talk to you guys then. Thanks for having me.
You bet. That was Bill Bender, Sporting News. Joining us next. We'll do the quick hitters. Morning Juice.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You don't want to start the new year off hurting. You don't want to start off the new year getting surgery. You don't want to start off the new year dealing with trying to plan something out into the future. What you want to do is get healthy. So what you want to do is go to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his team, the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, they can deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees, hips, back, shoulders, whatever it is, they can help you get ready. So instead of those invasive operations, it's going to sideline you all of the early year. Go check out our friends at QC Kinetics and see if they can help you today. Imagine moving better, being stronger, planning your year, doing what actually you want to do. So don't wait. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices located in Dublin and Gahanna, and they're ready there for your free consultation. So go check them out today.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm the Innovation Ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, and every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory.
Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
My mom is a veteran and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I couldn't be the mom my kids needed me to be.
She missed so much.
After my last surgery, I got an infection so bad I thought it was going to kill me.
I told her she couldn't leave me yet. There was still so much she had to see. I hadn't even graduated.
I'm doing much better now. I may have lost my leg, but I've gained so much. I'm an active part of my kids' lives.
She can kick a mean soccer ball.
DAV's been there for me and my family. Through thick and thin, they've had our back.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned so they can achieve victories great and small.
My victory is getting my life back. I got my joy back.
We got our mom back, thanks to DAV.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Bobby played for the Dallas Cowboys. Tito wears assless chaps. I'm dead sexy. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Mike's off, Bodie.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we had an argument. Bob, how many... I felt like at the toboggan thing, it was not as long as you said it was.
Yeah.
You said 6 stories.
I said it was
5 or 6 stories.
5 or 6 stories.
Okay. I don't know what stories are.
That's a level on a building.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's usually 10 feet.
10 feet. Okay. So 50 or 60 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't winded.
You did it once.
My son. As I said to the group.
But you did it once.
Right.
Okay.
Over under is 1.5.
Yeah.
Bodie took under. You took under. That's fine.
Under came through.
Nailed it.
It did. Because my son was Odin.
What, he took a picture of himself and posted it online?
He was Odin. One and done.
It's because you let your son dictate the choices that were made for you and for everybody else.
I was trying to be a good father.
Why would you think that's being a good father?
To let my son said, I want to go home.
Okay.
So
if I told my dad at college I want to come home, I don't want to play football.
No, that's different.
Is it?
Yes.
How?
At 18 versus 9?
Where do you think those decisions start? You're not the one that anything you don't want to do, you just don't get to do. We've invested into this. We've driven up here, stayed at a hotel, 2-hour drive, paid to do this. You're going to ride the damn slide. That's what my mom would have done.
Wait, Scarred Bodie.
I wish I was there.
Okay.
Sounds like fun.
It's a good time. You would have enjoyed it.
Sick.
We get up
Watching
there.
football.
On the...
You stop in the lodge. They had the games playing.
I'm just saying, I was sick. Like, I was just at home this week, all weekend, just being sick, doing nothing.
But it doesn't a long distance, like the call thing we talked about the other day. Let's do quick hitters.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
All right, fellas, happy Monday. We'll start here. How about some golf? After leaving Live Golf back in December, Brooks Koepka has officially applied for reinstatement to the PGA Tour. What is next now for the 5-time major champion winner is TBD, to be determined, as the PGA Tour has indicated in the past that a return from Live would require a player to sit out at least a year after his last non-sanctioned event. For Koepka, that would be all the way until nearly September, so he would obviously miss most of this season here. But that is not set in stone, as ESPN has reported that the tour will start its reinstatement and disciplinary process, which will include thoughtful input from the board, including player directors. If they ask Rory McIlroy, Rory says just let them all back in. Right. Tito, I think this is obviously good for the PGA Tour. I don't know what the air quote punishment should be, but I feel like it should be lighter than what a potential year.
Yeah, Koepka's is important.
Yeah,
to the tour. Like he brings eyeballs. No.
Yeah, the average golf fan. Yeah. Like I don't follow golf a ton. I'll check out the majors. That's mostly it. I absolutely know who Brooks Koepka is.
Right.
If he's in contention on a Sunday. You know, it's not Tiger Woods, obviously, but it's like I'm more likely to flip the channel on and see how he's doing.
He's got exemptions for the 4 majors, but
yeah,
I think the PGA needs to make a business decision, right? Like, look at that. I think that it makes sense for the PGA to have Koepka in there, and so they should look at that when they're making the decisions about how they should handle this. I think there's Jordan rules.
So he gets Jordan rules. So you have to have some degree of uniformity with this. I don't understand why you would punish any of them at this point. The goal was to get people to come back.
Yes.
Him being the first person to come back, if you just say, hey, you can come back and play, you probably are opening the doorway for more of those guys to come back and play.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you wouldn't say, hey, you know what? I know we agreed to this. Rory, other golfers here are not upset with you coming back. Largely, most of them want you back. They would like to be done with this and move forward. Anybody that wants to come back, we'll bury the hatchet there and move on.
Also, not that I'm super locked into it, but he left for a bunch of money. He didn't do anything illegal or whatever, right? If you have a problem with those guys joining Live and everything that's kind of behind that, I don't necessarily blame fans for that. But this isn't a situation where it's we got in trouble with the law, so we have to kind of figure out a punishment there or whatever. He left. He took the money. He left
the commissioner's exempt list.
Yep. Well, he's Bob. He can play in all 4 majors.
Yeah, those are unrelated to the PGA.
Yeah.
All right, next up here, some college football talk. Continuing the theme here as we just discussed this with Bill Bender, as we have just one game left in this 2025-26 college football season. And if you had Indiana and Miami in the national championship game on your bingo card, good for you. We're also inching our way closer to a final decision for what the college football playoff format will look like next season, or later on this year, starting this fall. And on ESPN's Get Up on Friday morning, ESPN reporter Heather Dinich said that a 16-team field is gaining momentum, as she said, quote, my sense is, and talking to sources, is that there's more momentum than ever to go to a 16-team field, possibly as soon as this year in 2026. If SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey and Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti can agree to it, right now that stalemate still exists. And those two men have the bulk
he's given up.
of control
over
the
format.
He just gave up.
No, for a moment.
Bob.
Yeah.
Like Tito, do you think Greg Sankey or Tony Petitti will give in to whatever the other one maybe wants to land at a 16-team field this fall?
I will say this. I like Tony Petitti a lot. And I know Yes, I've said that before on here. And I think he's done a really good job for the Big Ten. I think he's done a pretty good job with his handling of most of these things. And he's had some very difficult things that have fallen at his feet. I am not a fan of a 2014 playoff.
16?
You think anybody is? Honestly, outside of the money, which I know,
16.
other than the play.
It appears that
the play, Mrs. Lincoln. But I can't imagine there's any fans that are on board with it, unless you're one of those teams who live, you're Pittsburgh or Missouri, who lives in that 20 to 25 range.
You're from the 18, the back half, the 15 to 25. If that's where you exist, then you're a big part of it. But still,
it feels so bad for the sport, Bob.
You getting in. I just watched Indiana just bludgeon 2 teams.
Yes.
Do I need to watch them bludgeon? Illinois. We saw what happened with that. I watched Indiana play Illinois. That's the team you're getting in there. I mean, do you want to see that in round 1? I guess you would have
buys, right? Would it be 8 buys?
Yeah, there'd be 8 buys. Yes, you had 5 rounds, essentially 8 buys. I mean, it would be whatever. 24 is too many.
What's more important to you, Bobby? The number of people or where it ends? What time?
Well, what time it ends is important, but the fact that you would be having 24 teams, and I think is excessive, and you would have to do all of the things that I think you could do to make it get done in a reasonable time, and getting done at the first week of January. Doing that with 16 is possible given the current calendar and tweaking. You go to 24. There's no foreseeable way to get that done without the elimination conference championship games, which
that's the part.
I don't see how. I don't know who's going to agree to that.
See, that's the part, Bob. For me, it's the conference championship games mean a lot less.
They do mean a lot less. And they're insignificant at this point, outside of for holding a trophy.
Ohio State and Indiana, both of you getting buys. We knew that.
I get that.
Yeah.
And so, it's winning your conference. Yeah, there still is some history and some pageantry involved in all of that, and it's not a bad thing. But if you're talking about even going to 16, I think you can eliminate those, and then you can find a way, push everything up a week, boom, give everybody a bye week the week after Thanksgiving, and then you start that following week right there, and then you place 4 straight weeks, and you're done. And everybody's a winner, and it feels good.
Everybody's a winner.
The thing is that whenever they do this, the longer they delay, they're not going to be able to move the calendar because you have to start reserving dates for these games.
Yeah.
At the national championship site and the bowl site, they've got to start blocking that out. And people are like, well, you have other NFL teams that play a lot often in these stadiums, and then also you have concerts and everything else. So if you don't start putting this down now, it's a 2.5 year process to get those places booked. And if you don't do that, you're pushing it back another 2.5 years.
Yeah. Also feels like, too, as far as the 24-team field goes, like at some point, what has always made college football so great is how every Saturday matters. Exactly. That's the exact word I was going to say, Bob, is the exclusive. Yeah, you nailed it. Of it, because you look at a team or look at a format like March Madness. Everybody loves March Madness, but how many people are really locked into the regular season? Not a ton, because a ton of the games, Timmy Hall and Jacob Reimer, they are locked in and then some. They're locked in enough for the rest of us. But you start letting in 8 and 4 teams, and hell, there's going to be 7 and 5 teams that'll be like, hey, we deserve to get in at the 24th and 23rd spot. But you start letting that many teams in, and all of a sudden, just every Saturday is just kind of like, yeah, okay, because we'd have so many 3 and 4 lost teams in there. Yep, that's about it, Tito. We're up against the clock here.
Right. Coming next, the NFL. We've got the playoffs this weekend. A lot of interesting games. We'll talk about the next. Morning Juice.
Miss Fernandez, what are those tiny things?
Those are what we call amoebas. You can only see them through a microscope.
Wow.
Today's students are tomorrow's great thinkers and innovators. But right now, there's a funding crisis in public schools. Millions of kids go to schools that don't have funding for books, computers, and so much more just because of where they live. You can help change that. Donors Choose is a nonprofit that lets you support students and teachers in your community and beyond. You choose which supplies to support. You could provide first graders with pencils and paper, or other students with their first chapter books, help a music class get a guitar.
You could even supply a classroom like mine with a science project. But what you're really giving is the moment that sparks a brighter tomorrow.
To learn more, please visit DonorsChoose.org. That's DonorsChoose.org. Choose students. Shape the future.
I slept in a lot of different rooms, different beds, but none of them really felt like mine. I spent 14 years in foster care, mostly in group homes. And I never had much left because I always had to be ready to move. Why get things if you just have to let them go?
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is working to help find them a forever family and a permanent home of their own.
Now I have my own room with walls that tell my story. I love hanging out in here. I play dress up with my sisters and I sing and make videos. But the best part, knowing I'll always have a place to go and a family that loves and supports me.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one. to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS-FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Morning Juice, Tito, Bobby, Bodie, whole crew. Scarred Bodie. Bob, NFL this weekend, what did surprise you? Anything?
The fact that the Bears were able to come back from a massive halftime deficit.
Yes.
And I kind of checked out a little bit on that game, and then I had to check back into it on Saturday night and thinking, what the heck is going on? Like, this is wild. I'm like, Green Bay, they'll tie the tourniquet on eventually, find a way to slide out of this. And if they would have won, I think I would have been, I don't know about the number, but every team that I would have picked would have won. I don't know if they would have covered all the spreads. But I had the Packers beating the Bears and thinking, yeah, it's going to happen now. They're up big, and why wouldn't they be able to close this thing out? And unfortunately, it didn't. So that was probably the most surprising thing to me, watching that Bills-Jags game. I mean, it was awesome to see the end and watching Josh Allen battle back and forth. The same thing with Matt Stafford and the Rams. I mean, there was some tremendous finishes in that game, and you start looking at the wild card versus the teams that were division winners. I mean, a lot of the wild cards were able to win. It would have been even another one should the Bears have lost to the Pack.
Green Bay won, yeah.
Yeah, Green Bay pulled that thing out. You start looking at it, the only division winner that would have won, I think, would have been the Patriots.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you still have tonight with Pittsburgh taking on Houston, but yeah, I mean, it's been. And no one. The interesting thing about juxtaposing it to college football, like no one complains about the fact that all the home teams lost, or most of them. So, it's just what it is. It's a function of how it happened.
You get further and further away from your career. Are there guys you're still rooting for?
Yeah, I root for Matt Stafford because he was my quarterback.
Okay.
There's guys who
It's my teammate.
There's very few guys who I played with. Stafford is one of the few. I think Nick Folk is still out there kicking field goals. But very few guys that I played with, or now it's even guys who were out there when I played, like Aaron Rodgers, just playing against him, getting to know him. Like your contemporaries, there's a handful left, so I try to pull for those guys. And then oftentimes it's usually the coaches or players who I played with that are on these different teams and where they're at now. So
Halfley?
Yeah, I like Jeff. I mean, I hope that he has success. I really just dislike the Bears. I like Ben Johnson, but the Bears make so many bad decisions as an organization. I can't get behind them anymore. I used to want to see them do well, and I'm just done. It's like the Eagles yesterday.
They got Kevin Warren, Bob.
Yeah, and I there's very few people I dislike more in this world than Kevin Warren.
Top 5?
I don't know if he's top 5.
Top 15.
But he's top 15. Okay.
That's what I wondered about.
He would make a 2014 playoff for sure.
High seed, too. Relatively high seed.
I'm watching it, and I'm like, who does Bobby want to win? Like,
who in those games? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you think like that. I mean, what would Bobby do here?
WWBD.
He would not call Bodie scratch a scar. He would force his son to walk out. He would force his son to go down the toboggan run if you've invested that much time and a financial investment as well to go do it.
Well,
it wasn't free.
No, I know, but I'm
and
saying
it cost money.
Was,
you spent gas there and back.
I did, and time.
I mean, you spent the gas there and back, plus that you were in that thing for $100. Not even that. My time is far more valuable than the money that went into it. And I would tell my son, you're not going to sit there. That's what he goes, well, let's warm up a little bit and then go one more round. I go, either we're going and getting in line or we're leaving right now. Like, those are your options. I'm not sitting here wasting 20 minutes so you can go screw around inside the lodge. Now, granted, I could sit there and watch a football game during that time, but I believe the Jags game. No, it was still going on. It was still going on by the time we left because we left at like 2:30.
Okay, we left well before that, and because he watched part of the game on the way home.
Yeah. We had the game playing on my phone as we were driving back. He was watching it more than I was. I was listening to it, which was good enough.
I listened, yeah.
Throw my phone up in the dash, watch as much of it as I can.
People do that on 670 all the time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, I'm driving on 70 straight. Let's Sunday afternoon, less traffic. Feel better about that.
Do you know your time?
Do I know my time?
Yeah.
What do you mean my time?
Down the hill.
Oh, I don't. Not time. They never used to measure time. It was always how fast you went your top speed, and the top speed I was on. I think it was the first one. We went 41 miles an hour, maybe 41 and a half, something like that.
Fast.
There are people that they said have gotten close to 50 before. Like when they put like 4 dads on there and stack it up.
Let's get a fifth.
You know, I mean, they'll stack it in there. Dudes stack it. I mean, but it is straight up. Like
It's
just
fast.
dudes stacked.
Dude, it's fast.
It's 40 miles an hour, dude. It's not fast.
Wait.
Fast-ish.
40 miles fast.
40 miles an hour is fast relative to what?
On that?
It's straight down. There's no turns. Like, there's no force,
Bob.
G-forces.
Okay. Bob, 40 miles was fast.
I don't think that is fast. I mean, I've done.
Bodie?
I rode in a
Yes, go ahead.
an F-18 this year. Like that. That's
40 mile an hour is pretty slow.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Like,
that's fine.
It's not
You did
fast
that.
relative to a roller
Bodie,
coaster.
40 miles an hour.
It's just a straight shoot. Goes down. If you were on a roller coaster that went 40 miles an hour straight down at the beginning, you'd be like, okay. It's not like it went 80. Yeah, I was on the Beast last year. I took my kids. We go to Cedar Point, Kings Island.
I've done all of that, Bobby.
What,
But I'm
one
saying-
time we guys go to Kings. If you went to Kings Island and rode one ride and your kid said you want to go home, would you
No,
leave?
No.
Why?
Not Kings Island, no.
Well, what's the difference?
Bodie, 40 miles an hour on a toboggan. Fast?
I would say solidly fast, maybe, yeah. I mean, not a 10 out of 10, but 8.
8?
8 out of 10.
They have roller coasters that go close to 100 miles an hour.
I don't know what you want from me, man. I'm just trying to throw out a number here. My frame of reference isn't very strong. I can't tell you the last time I went
to an amusement park.
That too, yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the rides. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay, and that's fine.
So,
but like my kids, like we're going to go do something. You're going to tell me you want to do it. We're going to spend time and money on it. We're going to stick with it. We're going to continue to do that. I'm not going to say just because you don't want to do it anymore. That's fine. We don't have to come back.
I would have done it again.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying the lessons you're teaching your child. You complain that he runs the house. That's why. I'll tell you that right now. That's why. So you're entitled to do what you want to do, and you can handle it all that way. But you're like, he doesn't listen at home. I'm like, yeah, because he told you wanted to leave after that, and you said, let's go.
So we get on the Bob will get on the ride, and Brad and Lane are gonna ride with us. Four man.
Yeah, 4 dudes stacked in there.
And so we're like they have the put your hands.
Imagine
this
like
way.
giant. They're like giant. Like the toboggans look like giant, like radio fly. Like they're old
They're big.
school. They're
Yeah.
wood. They curve around. They go down this cement chute that has refrigerant run through them. And you have to flip your hands. You hold them kind of like
you got to do a certain
the
way.
Westerner, so
Yeah.
your thumb down on that, and you grab it so you don't let your. I mean, if you've watched, there was a kid who had his one glove. You have to wear gloves.
Yeah.
And all I could find was my football gloves because my kids stole my
There you
nice Columbia. They're like, "Those? Why are you wearing football gloves?" Every night, and I go, "Because you have to wear gloves." And this was the minimum viable option I could find because it sufficed the glove requirement that my kids. Someone took my nice like Columbia ski like snow gloves. I left them out, and then I'm sure my oldest
why
son.
are you
or
wearing those
some-
football gloves, Dad? Well, one of you little a-holes.
That's basically what I told
Stole
him.
my gloves.
But I saw one of the kids' gloves, like, and it was fried. And like
Ooh.
I've had gloves that have hit the side there before, and it gets hot. Like it's concrete going 40 miles an hour along the side. So if you do bump it and flare your hand, then it could be bumpy. So yeah, you flip it upside down, hold it, but you're literally sitting in another dude's lap. You're sitting in another dude's lap, and maybe they're an 8 or 9 year old boy, maybe it's a 45-year-old man. You know, I don't know which is better or which is worse. You know, I'm just trying to figure that out.
Okay, so we get there,
Like
Bob.
wrap your legs up around and sit them in their waist.
Lock in.
So we get there, and Brad's behind us with his son. And we're like, okay, we'll go all 4.
Yeah.
We get in there. Artie in the front, then me, then Brad, then Lane.
Lane probably went in between you.
No, Lane was behind
Lane
us.
went last?
Okay.
Surprised they let that happen.
Here we go. So they're going through the instructions, how to do things.
Yeah.
Those hands you talked about. I get up there. My shoe starts to fall off.
I don't even understand why that would be the case.
Okay. Whatever. But the guy says, hey, your shoe's falling off. That's okay. I'll fix it. So I put my leg over Artie.
Yep.
Go to the side, fix my shoe. And then Brad's like, oh, okay, we'll go. You guys go. We'll go next. 2 and 2. I fix my shoe, get back into the thing, and then my phone's in my side pocket.
Yep. Sounds like you were moderately unprepared for this.
No.
Like
Bob.
you got to the top and you didn't realize you were going to be going down.
Okay, so my phone's going to come out of my pocket. It starts to come out before we go.
Yeah.
They say, put it somewhere else. So I put it somewhere else. Anyway, we go down. Great ride. It was awesome. We get down to the bottom. Artie's like, hey, let's go home. I'm like, all right, it's been a pretty big process. Let's hang out.
Yeah. You drove up there in the middle. You drove up there after
Last
dinner.
night.
In the middle of the night. Got
Yes.
there at midnight, from what I was told.
Yes, it was midnight. We checked in at 11:55, I think. He's like, oh, no, I want to go home. I miss Mom. I miss the cat.
Miss Mom to miss the cat, dude.
Safe bandit.
No, what are you going to do, Bob? He said, I miss Mom, miss the cat.
That's fine.
Tell him.
We'll be home in a couple hours. We drove up here. You decided.
owned.
You said you wanted to come. You got on board with that. So now you've got to own your decision.
It was Odin.
You keep saying that as if it's a joke and it's funny.
It's
I'm just
one and
telling
done.
you teaching your kids not to own their decisions. That's why they.
You did 4 or 5?
I don't know. I went less than my son. He went 2 more times than me.
With other kids?
Yes.
Okay.
They went all kids. There was a couple all kids rides. I'm like, dude, I don't need to do
I
this.
didn't see the
I've been
all
up
kid.
here 8 times.
I
I've
did
done
not
it
see
20.
other kid like this kid rides.
Because you went one time and then you left.
I know,
So usually
Bob.
everybody goes with their dad the first time,
And then after
maybe
that-
like dad and like two groups, like maybe 4, like 2
Right.
dad and a kid, and then they're like, hey, who wants to go together? You want to go dad, kid,
Yeah.
go with these other people, go 4 kids in a row, maybe just 2 dads together. That happens too.
See, that's the part that messed me up because you said you went with a dad one time.
Yeah. In the past, there's times where we've had like 4 dads stacked in there before.
4 dads?
Yeah, that's how you get to people going 50 miles an hour. You have to have significant weight coming down that sled or down that slope. That's how it works. It's physics stuff. More weight, the faster you go.
It was fun, Bodie.
Sounds fun.
It would have been more fun had you
wait.
for the people that were going multiple times.
Went once, got home, came home.
Did you talk to him about like, hey, on the way back, we'd spent a lot of time, energy, and effort getting up here, and you deciding you wanted to come up and then relent your decision?
Look, Bob, I'm not proud.
Okay.
I thought we would stay longer.
You had the opportunity to do whatever you wanted. You're in charge. You're the adult. It's okay. It's all right. I mean, we did all that. Got to watch some games. Went over to watch some more. Watched some on the way back.
How much did you catch Friday night?
What?
How much of Friday night's Peach Bowl did you?
I watched almost all of it.
That was
There's something about watching Indiana beat the hell out of a team.
Yes, it's still
Because
like,
it's just still, it is.
it's like watching a man. If it would be like if Superman walked in here right now, started flying around. You're like, son of a gun. That actually, I've seen it in the movies, but
Well, I was doing XM on Friday, and my co-host on there, Matt Schick, asked me, he goes, who do you got? So I got Indiana. It's like, I'll lay
By
the
40.
I'll lay the 3.5.
Right, yeah.
And he goes, you going to lay the points? I go, yeah. I go, I think they beat it by 10. He's like, really? I go, they beat him by 10 in Autzen. He's like, yeah, but it's the second time. Like, I'm just telling you, I just watched them beat the hell out of Alabama, and I think they're a really good football team. And then when they opened up with that pick 6, I told somebody, game's over. They go, what do you mean? I go, dude, Indiana doesn't make mistakes. If you're going to give them 7 points off the jump and think that you're going to come back and win.
But they scored the next drive, Bob.
Who, Oregon?
Oregon, yeah.
I understand that.
I thought Oregon was going to be okay. once they came back with that 75-yard drive. And I was like, okay, bad mistake by Moore, settled down.
That's what I thought too, yeah.
But then from there, it was an avalanche. Like Moore, they had the fumble.
Okay, after Oregon scored, Bob, you didn't...
No. I didn't think they had a chance to win still.
See, at
Indiana
that point,
just wears you down. You had made a very grievous error. You were not going to be able to come back from that. Not against Indiana. Nobody does. I mean, Ohio State had a chance to, but they didn't give up a pick six, and they also forced some turnovers. And, I mean, if you're not going to force turnovers against Indiana, then that's going to be that.
See, that's the part that got me. I thought after Oregon came back and scored, I thought, maybe. But not you.
No. Once they scored the touchdown, it was over. I'm telling you, the pick six. Like I sat there, I was having dinner with one of my former college teammates, and he's like, really? I'm like, just telling you, man.
Really?
They don't make mistakes, and they just wear you down, and then all of a sudden, boom, you make more and more. Like that's why I'm curious, and everybody just keeps talking about, Miami, the size of everyone's offensive line. Right. They're going to wear them down. Ohio State's going to wear them down. Then it was Alabama's going to wear them down. And I'm like, after watching Alabama, I'm not going to believe that anymore. I can't believe that anymore. Based upon what I've seen. Like, they're too good.
How do you think they match up against Miami?
Miami's got a huge offensive line, and they run the ball really well. So inherently, I should think that, you know what? They should be able to handle it.
Or
Go with I can watch them do a lot of what they've done to everybody else and go down there and just put a beating on them. Because they're so fast up front. They move really well. Offensively, they're so efficient. You don't get them behind the chains. I think that they'll be able to handle Miami's run game. I mean, Miami's got a huge offensive line. I know they're going to try to lean into it. I am worried that they could wear them down with their size, and Indiana plays really hard, and they don't rotate a lot of guys. But their offense will be on the field. Like, you're not going to get Indiana to go 3 and out multiple times. So they can go with some tempo. Honestly, I think Indiana will go with some tempo and be able to wear them down. They'll get on the ball. They'll force them to stay in stances. They'll be on the field for 5 or 6 minutes during a drive, and that's going to take its toll. Like, that'll, quote, wear them down.
I'll tell you, Indiana's got some dudes at wide receiver, too. So I know you got like a JMU transfer and another guy. I think
Becker's amazing.
Yeah, and is Surratt the JMU transfer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get him mixed up a little bit, but then the other kid, whatever. He was a 3-star recruit, and I think I'm thinking of Cooper there, Omar Cooper.
Yeah, Omar Cooper Jr. He's
3-star recruit. No, not a highly named thing. Not a highly named recruit or whatever coming out of high school, and he's still. Yeah, you look at Mendoza and think, well, he's going to be probably top pick in the draft.
Yeah,
but they got some dudes at wide receiver.
Mendoza's really accurate, which helps. Their receivers don't get much separation. Like, very rarely do you watch them running wide open, but they're great contested ball catchers.
Yeah.
Like, they don't drop it.
And Mendoza can put it on.
And that's the thing. He's accurate enough that it's a Drew Brees situation where they throw a lot of those contested balls, back shoulders, everything else, and the guys come down with them because that's what they're really good at, and he's really good at throwing that pass with accuracy. So that's the other thing. It's a two-pronged thing, yeah.
Mendoza.
Yeah.
Successful NFL quarterback.
I think he has everything it takes. Being a successful NFL quarterback requires not just you being good,
right,
you having it between the ears, requires you going to a situation with a competent structure around you and people that know what they're doing. All of those things matter greatly, and it doesn't happen for everybody. I think there's been a number of guys, like you look at Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
You may struggle in the first place, do a lot better in the second because
or the third
because you have people around you who look at Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Bryce Young.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he's a franchise quarterback now all of a
but
sudden.
He looks a lot better than he did.
He looks like he can be fine, where last year he looked like he was the biggest bust in the history of the league.
So you put some people around him that have a brain in their head and like have a path and a process, then all of a sudden, like, man, that guy, you know what, he doesn't look that bad.
Right.
Maybe he wasn't first overall good or like first round good, but the guy looks like a competent starter.
Yeah.
Someone that can win a game with and not someone who you have to overcome them playing the position. The other 21 guys have to play so much better to overcome their shortcomings. So you feel better about that. Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town? The opportunity to work alongside them as partners, whether you're a small business or a large operation. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area and will help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We'll talk about Ohio State next year, what they're going to look like. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
You know what hope is? Hope is action. Carving a path forward, even when it's hard.
And kids who still know how to dream. They're the best pathfinders of all.
So at Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide to grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and so all those good things can come true for them. Safe.
And that means safe at home, safe at school, and safe online.
Hope means walking this path together. All of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
To learn how Child Fund works with children in 23 countries to help them achieve their full potential, visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Morning Juice. Tito, Bobby, Bodie. Let's see that. Oh.
There we go. The sitting.
No, I got to stand, Bob.
Okay, that's good. Get that blood going.
No, listen.
Energy moving.
It was
will
not
be good.
that. I heard the warnings from you. The walk was not that tough.
Diabetes, the silent killer.
No, it was my kid. My kid said I want to go home.
I get that, and that's even a bigger reason why he should have stayed. It's all right. We're gonna sit there and just dwell on that though. I appreciate that off. Like it's okay. You know why? Like I would have told Artie, hey buddy, if you would have said I thankfully I wasn't there when he said he wanted to leave. So I said, hey buddy, you drove all the way up.
I know
here.
you weren't.
Let's go down. Let's head on up there and go down a couple more times.
It was fast.
It was quick. It was quick. It's interesting. We talked with Bill about this.
Yep.
The 16 versus 24 team playoff, and I saw that come out. So I was sitting here in the morning. This morning, like when I wake up, I usually scroll through things, and They've got like Pete Thamel and Ross Dellinger, a lot of the the national football writers, Heather Dinich, and seeing what they put out overnight or late at night sometimes pops up in the morning. I started reading through that, and I was like, what in the heck are we doing? Like, the 24 team, and I know that, like, I've heard people associate with the Big Ten and Ohio State and athletic directors like, hey, this is great. This deal will be good. The 24 team is the way to go. And I just, for the life of me, there's a lot of things ruining college football right now. And like part of it is the NIL, and I'm all about guys, hey, find a way to get compensated. Doing that with the transfer portal and just the manner of which it's happening now every year is kind of crazy with everything. But I feel like going to 24 teams would just eviscerate what college football has become on Saturdays.
I think my biggest thing with that, too, is no matter how much the adults seem to try to ruin the game off the field, for better or worse, the games are still awesome.
Yeah.
Like every Saturday, and I know like Friday night was kind of a clunker, but Thursday night's game and what was that game? Where was that bowl game played? The Fiesta Bowl. Yeah. That's where it was awesome. The Ole Miss Georgia game was awesome. I know it didn't go Ohio State's way, but the Cotton Bowl game was pretty good. We've had some blowouts in the playoffs, and that happens, but the home site playoff games have been awesome. Every Saturday with 12 teams, and you'd probably lose this a little bit with 16, but I don't think too much. Still feels pretty awesome. Upsets still seem fun. Good news for the team who gets upset is it doesn't derail your season. Good news for the bad news for the team that did pull off the upset is you didn't ruin a team season. But I think I feel like 24 could be a number that if you went to it, you really start to get into a college basketball type feel where it's like,
where it doesn't matter. Like Ohio State could go 9-3 and like you're getting in.
So 24, 16, 12.
I would
24,
stay
16, 12. You'd say 12.
I'd rather stay at 12 than go to 24. If those are my options.
Okay, if 12 or 16 are numbers.
What they're saying right now is the only way that the Big Ten will agree to go to 6 or 16 next year is if they go to 24 in like a year or two after that. And I don't want that.
No.
I would say stay at 12. Like I don't
12 over 16.
Because if you go to 16, then you have to go to 24. That is what the Big Ten is pushing for. And so I'd rather stay at 12.
Yeah.
And leave some teams that maybe could get in.
Yes.
Out as opposed to putting teams that I know.
I completely agree, Bob.
Can't do anything.
I love Notre Dame football more than I could possibly put into words. And I am okay over the long haul of the sport and for the health of the sport that we got left out this year. We were good, but good teams should get left out sometimes.
I would rather have Notre Dame get left out than put in Missouri.
Yes, I agree.
At this point. Or like Illinois.
Yeah.
Who beat Tennessee. Tennessee would be getting in as well.
Yes, and Tennessee wasn't very good. Them in Missouri, they didn't even beat a team with a winning record. Like,
and then Illinois, like, hey, so do you want to watch them play Indiana coming off a bye? Not really, because I already watched them beat them 66-10.
I'm saying like 12 or 24, 12.
No question.
12 or 16.
I think 16. I would be okay with 16 if they like cleaned up some of the rest of the edges, I guess, if you will. Like
2 home sites.
Push some stuff back.
Yep.
Get the calendar fixed, both for the games to get them wrapped up a little bit more, but also to get the transfer portal more kind of in tune here to where we don't have teams like losing play. I mean, Oregon, they talked about it on the broadcast Friday
guys
night.
are opting out.
They're like down to their, they have one running back because they lost 2 to the portal.
2 DBs or,
Yeah, like it's just a mess there. And, along with that, probably get rid of conference championship games because I just don't think we really need them anymore.
I don't think we need either. I know.
And that's the thing. If you're going to 24, I could maybe get on board with that a little bit if you're telling me you'll eliminate conference championship games and move everything back. I don't like it. I would prefer it's 16 teams, no conference championship games, push everything back to week 0. You play Ohio State, Michigan before the final game is the week before Thanksgiving. Saturday after Thanksgiving, everybody gets off except for Army Navy. Play that game. That way everybody gets a bye, get a little bit healthy. If you have somebody nicked up, and then boom, that first following week of December, playing on a 4-week march on Saturdays.
Would you want any break in between like the NFL has?
Like the final, the championship?
Between the championship and the Super Bowl?
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Okay.
If you said, hey, well, depending on, because here's what you could do. You kind of figure that out. So, like, hey, you play on New Year's Day. You play them on New Year's Day, the semifinals. And you could wrap that in the bowl game somehow.
Yeah.
If that falls on a Thursday, then you get, like, extended. If it's on a Wednesday, so you kind of have, like, a week and a half.
Yeah.
And so that gives you that a little bit extra time.
Okay.
To be able to plan that and be able to get people out there, build some hype a little bit, and then you play on, Saturday night. The problem is now is like the NFL's got all this real estate gobbled up. And so trying to figure out how to do that, I think, is going to be tough. But I do think that there's a way. And if you start doing it, hopefully we're not so far gone that you can begin to create a pattern of behavior where people get used to doing that. And so whatever it is, that second Saturday or first Saturday in December or January, I guess it would be the second Saturday generally, and whatever, the first Saturday after a full week after New Year's, like that'll be the game. Then you get people kind of conditioned to that, and then you're done, you're wrapped up, and everybody can do what they need to do. You can have the original because they're talking about moving the high school signing period back to its normal time.
Okay.
Like
in February.
Yeah, put that February 10th. And I said, if you want to do an early signing period, do it in the last week of July. If you want to go to the school, you've got it figured out. You've done your camps. You've done whatever. Boom, you go there. If your coach gets fired, they let you out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
they let people out of everything anytime, all the time.
Monetarily, Bob, what's it mean if you took away
the conference championship games?
Yeah.
It's $50 million to the conference. From what I think I was able to kind of pull that out. So
could that be?
You got. That's what I'm saying. You got to find a way to replace that.
Is that possible with a 16-team field?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm not sure. Because you're going to be adding 4 more games, and so it's not just. Well, it's like the Big Ten, the SEC are probably worth $50 million. The ACC game, I don't know. The fact when you have who was in it this year, it was Duke
and Virginia, right?
Virginia,
yeah.
If you have a 5-loss team in.
I didn't watch that. I didn't watch a minute of that
Shocker.
game.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing there was probably a couple empty seats in the stands.
Yeah.
No.
Where did they play it?
They play in Charlotte.
Panthers, right?
Yeah, it's Charlotte.
Okay. Right.
They play the Panther Stadium there. And so I'm guessing not a lot of people went to that. So you're not probably drawing a huge gate.
Right.
But you have sponsorships, and it's obviously a TV product. So theirs might be worth 10 or 15. So
SEC Big Ten, though. Big difference.
Yeah, they got to figure out a way to find a way to make those two conferences whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you eliminate conference championship games as well, for better or worse, people can argue that this is good or bad, but then it's a level playing field back with Notre Dame where you don't say, well, they have an extra game to either help or hurt them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you don't have that extra data point that could either help you, and you don't have people saying, well, Alabama, they lost in the conference championship game, so that game shouldn't count. I'm like, well, I watched it, and they didn't look very good. And granted, they looked better against Oklahoma in the second half, bad in the first, but out of 8 quarters, they weren't very good for 6 of them.
Yeah.
And so, that'll eliminate that bias. So, your regular season is your regular season, and then you'll be able to kind of move forward. I don't know, but hopefully they get that figured out. But the biggest problem is the transfer portal, where there's still guys getting in right now. I have my feed where and everybody makes a huge deal about the number of guys that have gotten in for Ohio State. And while that is an issue, and I'm not saying that it's not significant, when 40% of college football is in the transfer portal, and 20% of your team is. I would say that's probably a win.
Number.
That's probably a win.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
You're halfway under the average.
Yeah, and especially, too, when some of those guys, you see at some of the schools they land.
Yeah.
Like when you land at UCLA, well, if you were a backup here, you're probably a starter there, and that's fine. Now, there's always going to be some guys you don't want to lose, and they go to other big-time programs. But that's how it is just nowadays. Like, you're going to lose some guys. Do you think that Indiana, I don't think, maybe let me preface this by saying I don't think, because I never thought Indiana was going to win a national championship like it seems like they're going to 2 years ago.
If they win that by 14 points, what does that do to the world?
The fact, like, listen, the one sports thing I would like to see before the Lord takes me off this earth would be Notre Dame winning a football national championship. The fact that the other school in the state would do it, and I'll be honest, I don't think Purdue's ever going to do it, but that would hurt my heart a little bit, Bob. I'm not going to lie to you. Will say, though, last team to beat them was in South Bend last December. But
that's amazing.
We took out the champs. Maybe we were the second best team. With the Hoosiers, though, they're probably, I don't think, ever going to recruit the way Ohio State does, the way Georgia does.
You say that.
I know.
That's what's weird.
But you also didn't think you'd ever see a world where they were just beating Alabama with the club.
I realize.
Imagine if they had, what would the Indiana version of Michael Irvin be? Is that John Mellencamp up there just ripping heaters? But imagine if he was on the sideline like, Hoosiers, and just like pulling his belt off at the end.
Cuban out there.
Has the Oregon Duck just whipping him with the belt afterwards.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Hoosiers, like, is the way they've built their roster, and I think the biggest thing is obviously they've owned the portal now for a couple years in a row, but like, how much is that replicable for, like, would you ever... So, you know, I like...
That's kind of how Miami's built it.
Okay. And I think my thing is, like, if you're Ohio State, do you now, moving forward, have to consider the fact that instead of taking 27 recruits in a recruiting class...
That's not going to happen anymore.
Do you take 20 because you know you're going into the portal next year and taking... Ohio State's kind of lived in that, we'll say, 6 to 10 range.
Yeah.
Number of guys in the portal.
Sure.
Do now, moving forward, you have to say, we're going to take 12 to 15, period, end.
Okay, Bob, is recruiting high schools third? It's
keep your own players.
Okay, keep your own players.
Get other players in the portal.
And then high school. High school's third, right?
Here's the thing. Like, when you bring in Chris Henry and I don't know the numbers of which he was compensated, but I'm sure it was probably more than any other receiver and just about any other player.
It's seven figures, right? That's fair to say. It's
I would
probably
say
north of seven figures.
Healthy say seven figures.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we're just scratching in there by a penny or two.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you're paying the guy that much, he's got to be your number 2 receiver. Like, you can't pay those guys all that money to come in and sit. Maybe some schools can, a handful. Like, when you're paying guys that much, it's like the NFL. You can't pay guys to sit because those are dollars on your roster. So those guys have to play. And so you're going to probably funnel it down to maybe recruiting 15 high school players. And unless those guys are just going to come in like, hey, I'm good without taking any money. Yeah.
I've said USC won it, right? USC's top recruiting class.
Yeah, and they have like 30-plus guys.
Okay.
Like, it's a massive
They
class.
won it. It's PR.
Yeah, it makes
because half of the guys won't be there 2 years from now.
Half those guys may not be there after next year.
Yeah.
Okay, it's all like, hey, it's PR. Keep your own roster, add players, and then high schools.
And so it stinks that that's where we're at now. But, I made the comment, someone about Indiana,
Yep.
I forget, we were watching the game, and they're like, wow, I can't believe they're leaving their starters and Mendoza and all those guys in there. I'm like,
they don't have a ton of depth.
Well, I said that's the thing. My comment to it was, number one, you want to keep your guys sharp, like setting them down. I don't know, like at halftime, if that's good. You want to get them a little bit of time in the third quarter. So the other thing is, like, they don't really recruit high school guys. So what's the point of getting their backup players a lot of playing time if they're never going to be the solution moving forward anyway?
Yeah.
Like,
Mendoza's backup doesn't need reps. The TCU quarterback's going to start next year.
So, you get his brother a couple reps here or there. That's fine. But, I mean, you're not worried about your freshman. You're not worried about the Julian Sand from last year on your roster getting him reps because he's not going to be the guy.
Yeah.
And it just stinks that that's kind of the way. And I said that's why they need to get this thing under control and get this thing figured out where you have to, like, they get multi-year contracts and guys can't just leave. And then you'll go back to recruiting high school guys a little bit more because you won't have just this insane degree of player mobility. And players, to his son's point, you have to own your decisions. You decide to go somewhere, you have to stay there for 2 years because you've signed a 2-year contract, and you can't just be like Damon Williams from Washington who signed a contract for $4.5 million or whatever the heck it was. Oh, you know what? LSU's calling me up. They'll pay me $6 million. But yeah, Damon, in that deal that you signed,
actually,
LSU will have to pay them the money back, and then pay you on top of that. So you may be worth 6 to them, but are you worth 10?
Yeah.
Like, that's the question they're going to have to ask.
Right.
The answer is probably no.
And I just look at, on the Indiana thing, you can look at college basketball, and when Duke brings in Cooper Flagg, he's a true freshman. He's 17, 18 years old. But in basketball, he can still be the best player on the floor.
Yes.
Night after night after
not
night.
In football.
In college football, outside of like Jeremiah Smith, who,
Malachi
is an
Tony,
alien.
You're going to have a couple of guys every year.
But more often than not, even if like Chris Henry Jr. is amazing next year, he's the outlier. Most of your true freshmen, even the 5-star offensive linemen that are coming in, they're not going to be able to hang in the trenches against the 23-year-old fifth-year senior that Indiana brought in from, where even a smaller that they brought in from Boston College, because that guy has been in a college weight room for 5 years and he's a grown man.
So is that the mode? Is that?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I think it's a good question. I don't really know.
Like, I think that is moving forward, and
to some sort of degree.
Like some of these guys reclassifying, you're probably going to be going away with that, because if you reclassify, like Sonny Styles came in and kind of sat for that first year and learned, and he was in a college program, so it's probably more beneficial to him to do that than stay in high school. But now moving forward, if you're going to do that, I don't know if the Ohio States of the world are going to take those guys.
Yeah.
You'll have to go somewhere else. So at that point, like, wouldn't it just be better to stay in high school, develop for a year? You could play as a true freshman. Like, Malachi Tony's one of the few guys I've ever seen reclass and come in and actually play and contribute, because it's such a small deal. Because now it's going to have to be, I go to this school for a year or two to be able to go to the school that I really want to go to. And honestly, you'll see a lot less recruiting whiffs, I think, because you're going to be watching guys who ultimately have play experience on the field.
You think you, AJ Schleggs, in this era are still at Ohio State?
Well, Schleggs got to Ohio State how these guys got to Ohio State.
I understand. I'm saying like you.
Like how these guys, that's my point. Okay, so let me answer the question for you. Since you asked it, he transferred in. He couldn't get a scholarship to anywhere else. Air Force was the best place. So he went to the prep school for a year, went to Air Force for 2 years, was 24 years old when he was playing football at Ohio State. Those guys,
hey, it's a heck of a cheat code,
that's all true. Like, AJ and I came in, and we both ended up playing some as freshmen.
Sure.
And so you could probably swing that. However, though, AJ wasn't like a highly recruited guy.
Right.
So I don't know if he would have even been given that opportunity. Now, probably after a year at playing somewhere else, people are like, yeah, I want to bring this guy in. He's a really good player.
Right.
But I don't know that would have been the case right off Jump Street. So I said, like, I don't know if I would have been able to go to Ohio State or chosen to go to Ohio State right away, given.
Or would you have left?
Or what I would have left. Now, I played a decent amount as a freshman and a lot as a sophomore.
Right.
So that helped probably alleviate that. And I was starting midway through my sophomore year, so that kind of changed everything. But, yeah, if you just are sitting for 2 full years, like I look at Santonio Holmes, who came here, who redshirted, and then didn't play. Played, I guess, at the back half.
A little bit, but not.
Of that.
Yeah.
Once Drew Carter tore his ACL, he came in and started playing. But I just look at a lot of guys like, hey, if you come and sit for a whole year and you're halfway through your second year and you really haven't played much, like, they're probably going to be moving on, like, because they don't want to sit, they want to play, and I don't necessarily disagree with them. All right, put a pin in that. Coming up, we'll wrap up the show. We'll tell you what's got us juiced here on this Monday. New year, new you, new truck from Germain Toyota of Columbus, and the deals are built tough. Drive home the all-new 2026 Toyota Tacoma with 2.99% financing for up to 48 months. Need more muscle? The 2026 Toyota Tundra delivers with 2.99% financing for up to 72 months, or take $3,000 in customer cash. Germain Toyota has the truck and the deal you've been waiting for. Shop today at Germain Toyota of Columbus, where selection, value, and trust come standard. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about direct relief. a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad, and I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Thanks to your support, the nonprofits VetTix and First Tix have given away tens of millions of tickets and counting to vets currently serving military, the immediate family of troops killed in action, and our brave current and former first responders. These tickets are a meaningful way to say thank you to America's heroes. And now we want you to be part of the mission. Got extra tickets to concerts, games, or special events? Or want to see if you qualify? We want you to go to vettix.org and firsttix.org today. Give something to those who gave.
Tito has had 2 wives. They've both been named Heather. If you know someone named Heather, please warn her. This is Morning Juice.
All right, let's do this, buddy. Before we get what's got you juiced? Bobby, I just said to you, so Maradi, I said Bobby by Maradi all the time. Maradi is not he's not like some elite scientist.
No.
What Maradi knows, everybody else can know.
Yeah.
Fair?
I mean, yes.
Okay.
He has some systems and things in place, and they do better research, and they do other stuff. So I'd say, yeah, on he does have an edge over other people. But a lot of it, when you start talking about developing people physically, a lot of that comes from the mental side of them leaning in and how you get people to work, inspiring them, motivating them, holding them accountable. And a lot of guys, when they get in, they just don't lift in high school as much as they should because they're lazy and they'd rather do other things.
Okay.
That's that. And by the way, that's like kind of the consensus of most people in this world.
Okay, so what makes Maradi's and Ohio State's development different? Personality?
Yeah.
Talking to the players, getting the buy-in.
Yep.
Okay.
It's the buy-in, it's the showing up, it's the accountability, it's the food, it's all of the things that they have to do. And like forcing people to eat. You want people to gain weight? Most guys don't gain weight because they're not forced to eat. They're not weighed in every day with the accountability of if I'm underweight, there are consequences for this. If I'm overweight, there are consequences for this. Because most people say, I'll just deal with it tomorrow. Well, I've never been to tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it never gets dealt with.
That's the part I wondered about because, like, the science is the same for everybody.
Yeah. Science is a funny thing. It's true for everyone.
Right.
Works the same.
So Maradi's more about buy-in with...
Well, it's a combination of all those things.
Relationship.
You're trying to like bifurcate it and say it's this or that. Well, it's a combination of all those things.
Yeah.
They've got a great sports science staff, which probably gives them a leg up on it. But if it wasn't for the other stuff, then that wouldn't matter. That would be irrelevant. So like there's elements to all of it, and they keep learning and finding out new things and integrating that in. But that's not the secret sauce of ultimately what makes it work. What's got me juiced yesterday?
What's got you juiced?
What's got me juiced? great weekend. My oldest son, Cullen, my third son, Cullen. He's
great.
They went 2-0 in basketball this weekend, which is good. Digging out of our hole, hopefully getting over 500 here this week with a couple of games coming up this weekend. Got a couple of practices for that. Ohio State starts their winter or spring semester today, so that'll be kicking off. So I'm heading over there. Got a couple classes got to be involved with, so I don't really fully start for 7 more weeks till the second term, but I like to go in and show my face, obviously, at the beginning of the semester. So that's always good. So we've got that going. Going to be a busy, busy day for that. Going tobogganing for the last time. It was part of...
Last time?
Oh, I mean...
Ever.
I don't know if it'll be the last time, but there's a good chance it is. I mean, I've done it now, I don't know, 7, 8 times between my 3 boys going back and forth and doing all of it. It's been a lot of fun. Enjoy go up to Cleveland Metro Parks. I'd encourage anybody to go. Like, it's funny, there's a number of people that live here that grew up in Cleveland, and they're like, I live 10 minutes from this place and never went once growing up. I've gone 7 times here with my kids, and we drive up and do all that.
Right.
So it's a lot of fun doing it. I really enjoyed it. Maybe we go again. My daughter's never done it. I'd like to maybe take the family and go do it all and have a fun time.
Fun stuff up there. The Go Ape thing.
Yeah, then they've got summer stuff. They've got winter stuff. They do a good job. So it's pretty cool to be able to go up and do that. So we had a good time with that. Got back. Watched a lot of good football this weekend, which was fun and very enjoyable as well. And loved watching that Friday night beatdown by and just looking at Dan Lanning. And, like, I'm trying to figure out there. And I've talked to some people, and I don't know their fan base. I don't think it's quite as passionate as Ohio State's, so I don't know if there's quite the outrage with this. But, I mean, he's given a lot of resources.
Yeah.
And
they've had a couple bad
the last 2 years,
Yeah.
and people were saying, now they may have lost like that to the national champion 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
And they made it 1 round further than they did last year. But
so 2 years from now,
you got beat down pretty good.
Yeah.
In both games by maybe the eventual champ. And a lot of their losses are 2 teams that were playing for or winning the national championship. But I think some of those people are beginning to ask questions: is what he has given, has he done more with it than other coaches could?
Yeah.
Because I think that's one of the interesting things. It's not how good are you, it's how good are you relative to the expectations. And when you've got all this money and all these things behind you, you should be pretty darn good. With that being said, Bodie, what's Schlegel's got to say?
And you know, it's so funny because my dad always used to be like, don't double dip. You know what I mean? Like, you can't double dip.
You can't double dip a chip?
You can't double dip them, right? But in the meantime, I'll scoop ice cream out the carton, and then I'll make it smooth.
Yeah.
But I'm using the same spoon, which is in
gross.
essence double dipping. But that's why I just try to consume the entire deal.
That's what I was just going to say. Well, Schlegs, if you just eat the whole thing, it's not double dipping.
That's what he tells himself.
Put
Make
it
him
all
feel
away.
better.
What's got me juiced today, guys? I cannot believe I missed this Friday. I was ashamed of myself when I saw this come down the wire Saturday morning because little today in history from the weekend. Saturday, our beloved Dick Corbett head football coach Marcus Freeman turned the big 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is, man. We ain't about to panic. They don't need to be nervous. It's a fight. It's a 7-point ball game, and we get the ball first. It's a fight. Go out there and fight.
Harrison Wallace sends it back to Aller. And that's out of bounds and ends the game. Notre Dame has won the Orange Bowl, and Marcus Freeman is taking them to the championship game.
And then anything he said
after that, we don't have to talk about the championship game.
No, it's okay. He showed
up
at his son's wrestling match.
Yeah, speaking of,
someone trying to get dicey. Let's take it outside.
I need your help with something. You can never ask about it afterwards, and we're going to hurt some people, okay? What kind of wrestling coach, buddy? You have a whole fan base behind Marcus Freeman, so all he's got to do is call somebody like me.
And in his
take
defense,
care of that.
I told you this off air. A friend of mine who was a college wrestler, very involved in the wrestling scene. He goes, when I heard who the guy was that was yelling at his son, he goes, I was not surprised. He goes, and you go look at that. He sent me a screenshot of a message board.
Good about it.
And they're like, this guy, no surprise here. What a jerk. Who's yelling at a high school kid? This is the guy that always does all this stuff and is a huge Just a huge troll, if you will.
When I saw the headline of the story, I was like, oh, God. And then I kind of read into it, saw some other people adding in some details. I was like, it sounds like Marcus and his wife kind of handled the situation.
I mean,
pretty
Joanna
well.
may have wanted to fight him, but Marcus, I think, would have been good.
More calm, Joanna Marcus.
Oh, Marcus for sure. Joanna's, she's Italian. She's feisty.
What else has me juiced this morning, guys? I was with you, Carp. I didn't really care who won, but God, it was amazing. It was something, I should say. It was something to see Indiana just continue to beat the hell out of teams in the CFP field. And frankly, I'm no Indiana fan, but I hope they do it to Miami because I don't
God,
like Miami.
it'll be beautiful. If Miami thinks they're there, Michael Irvin, his heart might explode on the sideline if Indiana just bludgeons
That's where
them
I'm out.
like
It's
that.
like it's with people are like, oh, I can't. I'm mad Miami won. You have another chance to watch Miami lose.
Hopefully.
Oh, yeah, they're right on the cusp now.
Yeah.
If it's Indiana and, it's just not even close.
42-7 at halftime.
Gosh, it'll make me
And speaking of, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I would like to thank the 49ers and the Chicago Bears for eliminating the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys.
How much were you enjoying A.J. Brown and Nick Sirianni on the sideline?
I couldn't tell what I enjoyed more, that or when Williams, who was a former enemy, actually, it's just full circle, rolls out of the pocket on that 4th and 8, throws a dime, hits DJ Moore on the little fake bubble screen go. Green Bay and Philadelphia are two of the enemies right at the top of the list. So, Tito, the jig is up. The news is out.
Word of the year?
They finally found you. It's got you juice, sir.
Word of the year. You guys got it? Word of the year.
Scar.
Fine. You're a Scar. That's fine.
Dolor. In Latin, that means pain. Freeman always says after losses, keep the pain.
I like that, Bodie.
Yeah.
Good weekend. Good week. I enjoyed it. I had, I saw you. We didn't talk, but I saw you.
I said hi.
No, you didn't say hi.
I thought there'd be more time.
No, you didn't say hi.
To talk.
You didn't say hi.
You talk for 10 hours every
week.
week.
You think you said hi?
Yeah, I said hi when you were in the lodge.
I don't think you did. Anyway, Caleb good?
Yeah, he was good. He was doing all right. Carried him up. He said his foot felt fine, so we'll see this morning.
Bruise on the foot.
Yeah, how it goes. He's been wearing that brace. He wore the boot all week. Hopefully he'll be wearing it again this week, and then we'll be good to go.
I am proud. Good for him. It was I had fun this weekend. It was good. Good time in the sun. Go up there and do that, and then do the, like I said, Odin, one and done.
Head back out of there.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for Morning Juice today. Stay locked in here.